Good morning. All right, let's stop the music. Okay, how am I in the wrong room? Interesting. Very interesting. I'm wondering if I'm in the wrong. No, it says new model who dis. Well, good morning, everyone. I am author Elizabeth Ann West, and today we are going to take a look at Gemini 1.5 Pro Flash, the experimental. And I've been doing this. We are in week 2. Happy Labor Day to those who are in the U.S. Yeah, I am really excited about how to look at these models. And also, we're going to take a look at like how you can evaluate the models pretty quickly. That's kind of one of the tricks that we've been teaching in the Future Fiction Academy for months now. Okay, let me come back to the studio here so I can see. All righty. Oh, we have some comments. Hello, good morning. Agreed, Al. Rawr. And good morning, Becca. And if it's evening or afternoon where you are, I wish you a happy one of those as well. Okay, so let me know in the chat how many of you, what did you do this weekend? Like, it's Monday. It is a federal holiday in the United States, but let me know in the chat real fast what kind of writing you got done this weekend with AI, without AI. It doesn't really matter. Let's woohoo each other. I'm going to go let my dog in because, of course, she's scratching at the door because she didn't want to come in before. It's just the way Dasha works. Come on, Dash. We love fur babies. Okay, so I'm checking the comments here. Oh, Stacy, good morning. Good morning. Okay, I got a cool nifty trick. Now, this is a trick those of you who have been members of the FFA for a while already know. So it's an old trick, but I think it's still a good trick. One of the things about Raptor Write that has helped us, or that I've seen. So Raptor Write is our free tool for prompting for authors. You can use it for anything. You can change the prompts and everything like that. But the real design of it was to teach authors very basically how they can prompt and how they can interact with AI and how it works. At its core functionality, I wanted authors to be able to open it up, put their key in, select an AI, start typing, and if they get stuck, press one button and the AI helps them. Like, that was my idea of like, just get them started with AI being in line for writing. Because a lot of authors think that AI can't write very well and all these things. And I think it's kind of a false narrative that's still, well, there's a lot of false narratives, but that's like a whole nother video. All right, let's see how people were doing over the weekend. All right, we have some woohoos to do. Number 1, Becca launched an audiobook podcast. Yay! Good job, Becca. My tube buddy, as a matter of fact, just recommended that I do a science fiction podcast or whatever. And I clicked at those and looked. People are doing serialized stuff. So it's kind of cool on YouTube. Dallas, almost 20,000 words with Raptor Write. What? All right. I'm raising my Hello Kitty to you. Today's mug is brought to you by Hello Kitty. Last week was New Orleans and things like that. Today's Hello Kitty. Fantastic, Dallas. Fantastic, Becca. And Rick says that they used the prompts that I had last week to put together a story Bible for the book you just finished. Cheers to that, too. That's a lot of great productivity. And that's really what it's about. AI is not the thing. We are the thing. We are the special sauce that comes to the party and brings our writing, brings our ability, brings our knowledge. All right. Now, I did promise when I promoted this thing that within the first 10 minutes, you're going to learn how to, like, very quickly ask a model. Oh, we have one more woohoo. Sorry. Al Nelson wrote 12K on a new story. Very rough draft, but lots to work with. Fantastic. All right. So how in the heck can you quickly evaluate a model? Well, I'm going to show you. So let me go ahead and share my screen to the stage. And I will get myself real small down here. Okay, so let's talk about this really fast. So first and foremost, for those of you who are FFA members who are here, we do have the fine-tuning class at 7 o'clock Eastern tonight. I am starting a new 6 series class on fine-tunes in the Future Fiction Academy. Again, if you are not a member of the lab, you can join us at futurefictionacademy.com/trial, TRIAL, trial. And you can literally come to class tonight. We'd love to have you. So we're going to jump into fine-tunes for 4.0 and 4.0 mini. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I wanted to get that to you all before the free training ends September 23rd. So we're going to do that. So let's see how we do this. So every time an AI model comes out, we get a ridiculously long PDF. Seriously. This one is from December of 2023. It is the Gemini, a family of highly capable, Gemini, a family of highly capable multimodal models from the Gemini team and Google. Now, these things are great if you can't sleep at night. You can read it. In tandem, we advance the frontier of efficiency with Gemini Nano, a series of small models targeting on-device development. These models excel in on-device tasks such as summarization, reading, comprehension tasks, task completion tasks, and exhibit impressive capabilities in reasoning. Yeah, I'm already asleep. And unfortunately, there's ninjas attacking. Sorry, y'all. The dogs. We have 3 dogs. And if one of them goes nuts, then all of them must go attack the fake ninjas attacking the house. So again, there's nothing wrong with these PDFs. They're just not written for an audience of us. They're not written for an audience of laymen. They are written for an audience of people who are machine learning scientists, data scientists, computer scientists. They're written in a way for people who are more on the academic side, not the person who is the end user. Okay. So this one is these links are in your description. This is the one on Gemini. Now we did get a new one. There's no date on this one, actually. I can't find the date on this, but this one is specifically about Gemini 1.5. Now, why am I bringing this one up? Because 1.5 is a little bit different. There's actually a blog post about this too, and I probably should have put this into the links. I think I can do it here in the chat, and then we can get it added to the description. Stacy will probably just magically add it to the description for me, please. Okay, so some responses here. Al says, take me back to my academia days. Yeah. Susan says, Gemini probably wrote its own paper. Bunny, you should allege that. Okay, so they do write a blog post that I would say is more, it's more digestible for those of us who are a little bit more layman. But the real thing is I need something in the middle. So this is the big thing that I think is a big difference from Gemini versus other models that are out there. The T in ChatGPT stands for transformer, which is a innovation that came from the Google researchers labs, gosh, almost 10 years ago, I think now. It's from a paper of All You Need Is Attention. And it was about, how the tokens and the vector field and all of that, how you can basically get the computer to make judgments based on statistics, probability of relationships between tokens and all of that. Now there's this new thing called MOE. I did not mean to click on that. Apologies. MOE architecture, which literally just means mixture of experts. Mixture of experts is a methodology that has allowed open source models to advance very quickly in what they're able to do. Faster than what we saw, how long it took. Oh, I'm getting a link. Oh, sorry. I thought it was another hey, something's open router's down. Sorry about that. So mixture of experts, it's a way that it allows the models, the dumber models, to basically get smart very quickly. The best way to explain mixture of experts, I literally did this. Images of mixture of experts for LLMs. Again, here's TensorOps, a really good example of how it'll explain it. And imagine a room full of experts. So these are little mini models that are trained to be very smart in one little area. Okay, you have to stay in now. You're ruining my life. If it makes you feel any better, she put her head down. Okay, so in traditional models, all the tasks are processed by a single densely packed neural network. kind of like a generalist. This is what we first had in 3.5, what we first had with GPT-4. And now they're experimenting with, well, what if the token selection could go through a bunch of different little experts? And this one doesn't actually have a little graphic that I liked for it, but there were, if you just go to images, it kind of shows you different ways that it'll take the token. So here's one. We like to play the token one and how the tokens are going through different things. And this is literally how I learn about this stuff, but you're not required to be an expert. Sorry if I've lost people. Let me get to the point here. So all of this to say, this is new stuff, new jargon, new vocabulary, and new functionality for the dictionary slot machine. So I didn't know all of this stuff, and it would take me hours and hours and hours to figure this out. So what I did is I came over to Google AI Studio. Now you have a link to this particular chat in your description of the YouTube channel, or in the YouTube description. Let me check the chat just to make sure. Okay, good. Anyone's eyes glazed over yet? Okay, so what I did is I just did a system instruction. I am not technical. I'm an author. Can you please read the PDF provided about an LLM model and help me understand features about how it was trained and works that applies to fiction writing? Very simple prompt. I gave you this example of this prompt where it doesn't specifically say Google or any one LLM. So you can use this on any of the PDFs. When Anthropic released a new model, there's a PDF. When OpenAI releases a new model, there's a PDF. Some of the open source models, if it's like a Mistral model or a Meta or a Llama model, if it's like a core foundational model of the open source models, there's a PDF about how it was trained, what it does, all these benchmarks, etc. So you just upload the PDF. Inside the Google AI Studio, you can do this just with the little plus sign for anything that's in your drive, or upload it to your drive. So I said, what are some ways that Gemini 1.5 Pro and Flash were trained or designed that impacts prompting to write fiction stories with the models? And then it tells me, okay, there's a long context. It can process millions of tokens, which means that it can understand things. In context learning, demonstrated in the translation example, this allows for learning and adapting to new styles and concepts within a single prompt. You could provide a few examples of your desired writing style, genre tropes, or even specific plot elements, and the model could adapt its output accordingly. What a coinkydink. That's how we prompt. We've been prompting that way for over a year. That's what a mega prompt is. It's, you know, an example of writing. It's what I want to have next. It's information about the characters. Really kind of cool that it kind of reinforces exactly how we've been prompting. And then this is a multimodality, the idea that you could upload an image and then it'll write about it and everything like that. Okay, so then I asked it, what are some ways that the model might not understand fiction writing? Now, this I wish I could tattoo to my forehead when people ask me about writing with AI. So I'm going to just go through these one at a time really quickly. Well, not really quickly. I'm going to go through them a little bit slowly so that we can talk about it, because I think that we're all here. So number one, fiction relies on subtext, symbolism, and emotional depth. While Gemini can learn patterns and mimic styles, capturing the essence of human emotions, relationships, and internal conflicts might be a challenge. Think of the difference between describing a character as sad and truly conveying their nuanced emotional state through actions, thoughts, and prose. This is giving you a hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge of what you should put in your prompt when the AI just says she was sad, or she smirked, or she laughed, or, you know, some other like really basic writer stuff. And sometimes books have to have the basic stuff. I mean, you can't be, you know, literary with every single word choice. But you can literally take this line and tell the AI, I want you to think of the difference between this character being sad and like really conveying their nuanced emotional state through actions, thoughts, and prose. It's literally telling you the words that this, because I'm using the model to examine the model's PDF card. So it's using language that I know it understands, if that makes sense. If it's able to respond to you with tokens in relationship to each other that makes sense, that is the cue to you for the word phrases it knows about that problem. So when you say, be more unique in your descriptions of the characters, it's like, well, is she talking about the hair? Is she talking about this or whatever? But if you say, I need a more nuanced emotional state through actions, thoughts, and prose, I'd even add, I need a more nuanced emotional state through actions, thoughts, prose, and dialogue because we're writing fiction. I'm going to check the chat and see how that affects what people think about this. No one's chatting. I guess you guys are just listening. That's okay. So that's a big opportunity there. Next, originality and creativity. It's trained on vast amounts of existing data, making it more prone to reproducing familiar tropes and cliches. Generating truly original plots, characters, and settings that break away from learned patterns could be difficult. It might excel at pastiche, but struggle with creating something genuinely groundbreaking. Again, AI models are designed on the existing relationships between tokens. So if something has never existed before, I'm willing to bet there's really not a relationship between those tokens in the data set, in the vector field. Now, you can tell it there's a relationship between two things. Like most of the time when these things were trained, maybe not the most recent models, but at least like the older models, there was no such thing as orc romances being in like the popular lexicon, for example. It doesn't mean that there was never an orc romance before. I'm just saying that it's not, they weren't super popular that they would have been very much in the data set, the training data set. So as a result, when I said, hey, I want you to write an orc mafia romance last fall, I sent the signal as the prompter to the LLM. There is a relationship between these tokens. And so it tried its best based on the existing relationships it knew between those tokens. Like it knew mafia and romance. It could understand that orcs were fantasy creatures. It could understand what a fantasy creature romance would be like, but it probably didn't have a lot of training data specifically on orc mafia romances. So that's where you bring that special sauce. If you want to do something groundbreaking, you need to bring it into your prompt. And that's true for all the models. There's some other ones here, and you guys have this link, so I'm not going to go through all of these, I don't think. But so we did the original creativity, the same thing with character arcs. It's not a human, so it doesn't understand that if you have like a narcissistic mother, you might talk to her differently than if it was just a non-narcissistic mother. Plot structure, same thing. I like that it says it might create a technically sound plot, but lack the soul of a well-crafted story. I find a lot of times in plot structures, AI just kind of like goes for the easy route. This one. Oh, this one. This one we need tattooed everywhere. I don't know how many authors I see on a weekly basis that say, my prompt says show, don't tell. That is a useless prompt to the AI. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be sassy about this, okay? What does show, don't tell even mean? What does it mean? So as far as the training data goes, the AI only knows that show, don't tell was in a bunch of writing advice. And I don't think that it was given a whole bunch of examples on what that actually means. That is a very difficult task, even for humans to do. Okay. For me to take a writer who's writing their first book and tell them as an editor and say, show, don't tell. They're like, yeah, okay. What does that mean? And sometimes they'll take it to mean like, oh, I just need to increase my adjectives. No, that's not what that means. It's a very complicated sequence of taking like the basic writing that you have that is just, you know, she walked into the room, they talked, they did this, to really kind of turning it into that immersive storytelling experience. So again, it was primarily trained on text. Most of the text was nonfiction. Of the fiction material, a lot of it was amateur writing that could be scraped from the internet. That's what's in the training data. That's what's in the sea of all the relationships. So it might explain events instead of allowing the reader to experience them. So there again, there's your keyword. When you want to tell the AI, don't show, don't tell, instead say, avoid explaining events, instead allow the reader to experience them. And then finally, it may not understand social cues and shared cultural background. Satire and irony can be challenging. I actually find Gemini's not this. This is actually where I think that this gets us wrong. And that's because the Gemini models were all trained on YouTube. Let me tell you something. The Gemini models are sassy. They are sassy. They are funny. They're the funniest models that I've worked with. Okay, so we've been at this for 20 minutes. I went through the in-depth of this is how you analyze a model. Now let's go ahead and start taking some of this and bringing it into fruition with RaptorWrite. So I'm going to be using some of this with my prompting. So I'm going to go ahead and log into RaptorWrite. We do have a brand new Baby Raptor. So I'm going to use Baby Raptor. Just click the second horn there. So we are on version 2.24, and it is my fault that I don't have the release notes in there. So there's a couple of things now. It's possible it's going to break again because I have not had a chance to test this morning. But the biggest thing that we have a difference on is there should now be a cursor indication of where your cursor is. Everyone can see the little blinker right there. That's the new change. So you can see where your cursor is. And in settings, I want to go to configure prompts, and I want to show you something really, oh dear, he made this very complicated. Oh, Joseph, that's not what I wanted. That's okay. We kind of were doing here. You will be doing a revision of text within the passage tags, passage. You will include only text and not tags. Follow any instructions found between the brackets inside of the passage. Okay, that's for that revise. Additional context if available, ignore if not present. This documents thing is a new thing it means the documents you have toggled on. So interesting. And then the passage is a selected text. So this is like the text you have highlighted. And then additional instructions for the revision if available, ignore if not found. And this is the user input. This is going to be the information that's in the box. I have no idea if this is going to work very well. We're going to find out together. This is all new. Not exactly what I thought we were doing, but that's okay. We're going to work with it. We're going to see if it can, we're going to see. All right. I'll go to the chat on that. See what everyone thinks. Okay, we have a chat here from Marley Mars. So by not saying show, don't tell to the AI, how do you approach it in a prompt then? Unless you, like you said, it's too complicated to say that what we are all trying to write. So it actually gave that hint of what the verbiage probably needs to be. And that is about the reader experiencing the story instead of summarizing events. So I'm going to do some prompting and show the difference between that. So when I come back over to this chat information here, it says, where's the show, don't tell? It might explain events instead of allowing the reader to experience them. This is telling me that the model, okay, this is a little meta, all right? I use the model to ask information about the model. So the model is writing back to me tokens that shows me what it understands the relationship between tokens to be about show, don't tell. You notice it doesn't say show, don't tell the AI to show, don't tell. It doesn't say that. It says Gemini, trained primarily on text, might struggle to translate that into vivid descriptions and evocative prose. Those are another keywords that you could use. It might explain events instead of allowing the reader to experience them. My inner robot flagged on that line. I was like, that's the phrase that I need to use to help the AI to do the function without needing to, because it's not going to understand what we mean the function to be when we say show, don't tell. I say show, don't tell. I mean, I want the reader to experience it. I don't want summarization of events. Hope that's helpful there. That's a great question though. And here Susan says, from my notes, avoid explaining events. Instead, let the reader experience them. Perfect. Now, why do we use the word avoid instead of don't? Because tokens. And this is something I have been teaching for over a year now. So let's go to a tokenizer really fast. We're going to go to a tokenizer. And a lot of this is old hat for the Future Fiction Academy members. We've been experimenting and researching and doing all this stuff for the last year. All of the stuff I'm showing you right now, more in depth, is in classes inside of the FFA. We have been teaching anywhere between 3 to 8 classes a week on everything to do with AI. So let's look at, but the famous example, the example that I use most often is, we have no bananas. Okay. So we have no bananas. 1, 2, 3. So the third token is no. And if I look at the token ID, this is telling me the token ID is 912. Okay. Now let's go here. 627 is, by the way, the hard return. You did the dishes, comma. So there's 11. No. and I do a question mark, which is token number 30. We have the 912 and 912 twice, even though these individual uses of the word no mean completely different things. We have no bananas means there are 0 bananas. You did the dishes. No is a question meaning actually a positive. Like, I'm checking that you did the dishes, right? And then if I do my girl, Mary J. Blige, no more drama. Well, now, let's see here. I lost where the token was. So we're here at 30 with the question mark. If I shift and go to the next one, that's 5380. And if I go no, right here, now I'm at 2822. And then more is 296. Oh, I have too many. Drama. So we have 912, 912, and 2822. Okay. It's using different tokens for the word no. Now, the problem is that this no in bananas, we have no bananas, and no more drama mean the same thing. But the AI is using different tokens, different token IDs for that same word no. I get really passionate about this. Apologies. So if you look at the text, you can see how the individual tokens are. This is the best example that I can give to people who understand language. I get really saucy about it. So here's the deal. When you're prompting, use words like avoid that do not have another meaning. Because if you use the word no, you don't know which no the AI is going to use. It might be the no that means no. It might be the no that means yes. It's a little ambiguous. On top of that, the word no is it's used in so many different ways that a lot of times all the AI focuses on is like, if it can't figure out which no we're supposed to be using here, it'll just focus on the keyword of like when you tell a toddler, you can't have a cookie, no cookies. The toddler heard cookies, cookies, cookies. It doesn't matter that you put a no in front of it. But when you put the word avoid, there's not really another meaning for the word avoid. Avoid literally just means don't do that thing. So that's why we use very specific language sometimes when we're choosing our prompts. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk against the word no inside of AIs. All right, let's head back to Raptor Write. Oh boy, 30 minutes and I'm not getting any writing done. I am a bad panda. Okay, so we have to pick a project. I don't want to do any more JAF. I did JAF this last week. The options are, I could pull out a science fiction romance that I started a few weeks ago with Google Gemini, because I have the characters and all of that. I think I might do that just so that I can get this going. But we will see. So I think I'll go with a new project, and we'll call this project, it's a science fiction romance, Galactic Dating. Galactic Dating. Okay. I kind of want to start something from scratch, actually. So let's take that out. Let's do an Insta romance. I want to do an Insta love, or let's just do a contemporary romance, Secret Millionaire. So we're going to go Secret Millionaire Boyfriend. Book 1 for right now. All right. And I'm going to go to my AI settings. I'm going to go ahead and choose the 1.5 experimental. I'm not going to use the 8B. The 8B is actually even smaller than the regular one. So I'm going to use just 1.5 to see how we are doing. I'm going to bring that temperature down to 0.6. Actually, we want it to be kind of creative. So we'll go with 0.8. And I'm going to go ahead and give it the max that it can do, which is about 8,000 tokens out. And I'm going to say story ideation. Let's see what we can get done here today. I want to write a short contemporary romance novella of about 15 scenes, maybe? We'll go with 20. 20 chapters. The premise is the female lead character works at somewhere that the male lead character meets her at work. Sparks fly. But the complication is he is a secret millionaire and likes to try to make sure people like him for him. He has an overbearing family, and she has some issues around money because she's a hard worker, but coming from a blue-collar background, she is not particularly financially successful. Okay. Give me 5 specific hooks and pitches for book ideas that fit this trope. Okay. Successful. Let's see what it can do. So I'm just going to backslash and get some ideas. Interesting. We got some funky stuff here. No, I don't want to save the password. Go away. Okay. When barista Lily meets charming, down-to-earth architect Alex at the coffee shop she manages, she's captivated by his genuine smile. Alex isn't just a regular guy. He's heir to a fortune. His family expectations are about to shatter the fragile world they've built together. A heartwarming romance about finding love in unexpected places where a hardworking barista falls. I'm just going to approve this. By the way, do not make edits before you approve it. I'm going to tell everyone right now, and it's going to be gross. We are now calling the yellow words PP words. Don't touch the PP words. Confirm it before you put your, if you start clicking in here and like trying to type while it's all yellow, you're going to lose words. So you need to thumbs it up, thumbs it down, or say keep all or rerun before you actually click in there and start making changes. Okay. So high-end boutique. Let me check the prompt on this. Let's see here. We love Insta love in this house. I love it. Yes, Al. And then Becca Royal says cozy cyberpunk. Essence of me. Ma'am, you be killing that keyboard. Does the keyboard noise bother you guys? I can turn it down or whatever. I thought it's kind of like cool because it's like part of the thing. Let me know if you want me to. I don't know how I will mute that, but I can change keyboards. They are not actually blue or whatever tab. Actually, I don't know what tabs they are. I'll tell you what color they are. Maybe not. I don't know. They're white. I have white tabbies, but it's rainbow. So I'll show you. I have it is a steel series. So I have this little magnetic thing, and then it's glowy. Oh, let's see if I can get it in the camera, and I can't. Oh dear. I just disconnected. Sorry. Oh dear. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I'm sure you guys can still hear me because the microphone is something separate. Oh dear. Okay, I'm back. Oh dear. But it is not zoomed in right. Position 5. Okay, yeah, you don't need to see my messy room. Thank you. Yeah, so I'll try this again carefully. This is the keyboard. So it's like rainbow. It lights up rainbow. So that's what makes me happy. Steel series. I think I got it at Best Buy. Okay, yes. Because pretty keyboards are important. All right, back to the baristas. Yeah, we're having all kinds of problems on a Monday. It's like Elizabeth does not know how to go live. She's just disconnecting things left and right. All right. So hook 2, Sarah dreams of her own design studio. Then she meets Liam, assuming regular care customer. He's a young entrepreneur who runs a global fashion empire. Okay. And then a dedicated teacher. She meets a handsome, seemingly unassuming Ben, tutor, at a local volunteer. He's a secret heir to a tech giant. And as their relationship blossoms, cool. The veterinary, Maya, animals. Ethan walks in with an adorable golden retriever. Like, these are all Hallmark, guys. I kind of want to write them all. He's a son of a billionaire. I don't really like this one. Hook 4, not so keen on it. Struggling artist, she gets a job at a high-end art gallery where she constantly encounters the enigmatic and charismatic owner, Daniel. Though he seems approachable, Ella can't help feel a sense of distance between them, a feeling cemented when she learns that he's a recluse billionaire. When she begins to fall for him, Ella faces the agonizing decision of whether to accept the lavish life he offers or protect the simple existence she's always known. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's play with this a little bit. Let's pull some of the language that we got from the model here. So specifically when it talks about plotting, it said here, it probably can't do something groundbreaking. And then it also said, yeah, it can't do something groundbreaking and lacks the soul. It doesn't have overall themes, tension, and satisfying resolution of the narrative arc. So I'm going to grab that little phrase there because I'm going to add it to my prompt here. And I'm going to say, great. Let's revise those to push beyond the immediately expected and pastiche, and rewrite and look to boost. I'm going to paste it in. Themes, tension, and the satisfying resolution of a narrative arc in those stories. We need clear and compelling moments where it feels like the couple is breaking up. And then we need a resolution that makes sense for one of the characters. Could be male or female, to make a grand gesture. Oh dear, Rusifet. Man, make a grand gesture. Okay, let's go. So hook 1 revised. Now again, I am using the free model, guys. This is all free. That we're getting these ideas in. Let me go over to Open Router just to make sure that they didn't change it over the weekend, but I think it's still free. I think it's still experimental at the moment. Let's check it out. Go to activity. Yep. Free dollars, guys. Free dollars. Let's keep it free. All right. Let's see what it did. Oh, PP words. Let's go ahead and approve it. And then we'll make changes. So thumbs up and we're going to make changes. So we have the architect. At the coffee shop she owns. I'm going to say she owns or she manages. She owns. Because she's struggling with money. A heartwarming romance. It made no changes. Okay. So this is a fail, I would say, of the model. It wasn't very good. You need to rewrite these so they are almost melodramatic. That's the level of like oomph I want. Okay, there we go. Melodramatic worked. Okay, we'll approve it. Lily, a fiercely independent barista who poured her heart and soul into her little coffee shop, found herself utterly captivated by Alex, the charming architect whose easy smile and genuine warmth seemed to melt away her anxieties. But their idyllic world crumbles when Lily stumbles upon the truth. Alex is the golden boy heir to a ruthless business dynasty, and his family's relentless pursuit of control threatens to tear them apart. When Alex's manipulative mother, desperate to secure her son's future, sabotages Lily's business, Lily is forced to choose between her love for Alex and her own hard-won independence. Okay. A gifted designer and a knack for making her laugh. Their connection bloomed, but a hidden world of luxury and privilege threatened to shatter their fragile bond, concealing his true desperate to prove his worth beyond his lineage. When the designs are cruelly stolen and attributed to Liam's family, I'm going to say sister, yeah, she's forced to choose between her own artistic integrity, his deception. I don't think if he stole, that would be good. A dedicated teacher. You know, I'm just going to pick one of these to make it go. I think we have the veterinary assistant. I kind of lost the millionaire aspect. It keeps making everyone a billionaire. Burdened. I kind of like the teacher one. Because then it's like to manipulate Olivia's struggles. I would change this to like funding. I don't know. I can't think of what they would do for the funding aspect of it right off the top of my head. All right. So we played around with this. I would say that, you know, fixing the prompt a little bit and telling it needs to be a little melodramatic made a big difference in what the output was. So I'll give that to this model that is super inexpensive, super cheap, and super fast. So, you know, this 1.5 experimental, it's free right now. And as for what the cost is probably going to be, because it's being provided by Google's AI Studio, which I have in the AI Studio, I wonder if it's going to say what the pricing is going to be. Probably the same pricing that it has been, which if you go to documentation, usually there's pricing. Maybe not. Honestly, Google is such like it's just such a, what's it called? It is such a labyrinth of information here. So let me come back over here to Google AI Studio. I think it's where if you get the API key, don't worry, you're not going to see my keys. And if you go to the pay-as-you-go pricing, it will tell you what the pricings are. So right now, Gemini 1.5 is free of charge. The Gemini API free tier is offered through the API service with lower rate limits for testing purposes. So this is kind of like, it's going to be, you're going to have limitations on the Flash, but Flash is always free right now. Now, if you come down to the Pro, this is pay as you go. So this one is the new Pro feature. There's now 4 million tokens per minute is the rate limit. You guys, that's 7.5 cents for 1 million tokens of input, and then 30 cents for tokens coming out. Context caching is a whole new thing. That's a new component there. If your prompts are longer than 128K, you're up to 15 cents and 60 cents. So learning how to use Google is not a bad idea because that's the Flash. That's what the current Flash right now, it's free of charge, but this is what it'll be, I guess, once it's there. If you go to 1.5 Pro, this one is also free, I guess it's saying 32,000. And then this one, you're at 350 to 1050 and then 7 and 21. So it's definitely more expensive with the Pro. But Flash is going to be very, very inexpensive. Okay, coming over to Raptor, right? Let's see what else Google can do. I'm going to start a new document, and I'm just going to ignore story ideation. And I'm going to have it walk me through what it needs to do to write a story. Hey, Google Gemini. Tell me the first step you need to do in order, and I'm going to grab this, what I want. So I'm just bringing this prompt over. In order to write a short contemporary romance. Let's see what it says. Okay. So, yep, I'm going to thumbs that up. Do that. Okay, so we're going to start off with Elena. Thumbs up the PP words. Bright, spirited young woman in her late 20s, works as a barista, as a coffee. Now, it doesn't have that turned on, so it doesn't know that. It's just coming up with the same idea again of a barista in a high-rise office building. Growing up in a working class family, she dreams of a life filled with travel and adventure, pragmatic. Her biggest fear is becoming financially dependent on anyone, a fear that stems from witnessing her parents' sacrifices and the instability of their income. She values honesty. I'm actually going to tweak this a little bit. Witnessing her mother's struggles after divorce of relying on boyfriend after boyfriend. Okay. She values honesty and authenticity. Now we have Liam. He's handsome, charismatic, in his early 30s. He owns a successful tech company located in the building. He's a man who craves genuine connection, is overbearing. Okay, he believes true love. All right, cool. Remember, this story is hinging on the fact that Liam is a secret millionaire. It's important that this is not revealed until the opportune time as a conflict. Do what you need to do next. What you need to do next. All right, and go gadget. And it's just pantsing. So it came up with this idea. I'm going to thumbs it up so I can evaluate it. Let's craft the initial meeting between Elena and Liam, a scene that will set the stage for their budding romance. This scene should subtly introduce Liam's desire for authenticity. Enters, he's dressed in casual. He orders a black coffee as Elena prepares his drinks. I'm going to highlight that. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to go revise. And I'm going to say add more action to this. And something external happening to endear Liam to Elena. All right, I'm going to do the prompt preview because I want to see what the heck this looks like, this new prompt. So now we do have, there is no documents because I don't have anything toggled on. It's giving the passage, and then it says add more action and something external happening to endear Liam to Elena. I think that this needs for the revision of passage, but yeah, that's a good start. All right, so we're going to close this prompt. This is the new prompt structure for revise. Click submit. Let's see what it does. Typical Tuesday morning. Okay. There we go. Creating a latte. Definitely dodging a rogue spill of sugar packets that a clumsy customer sent tumbling from the shelf. Liam enters. He's dressed in a casual, stylish. Okay. Prepares his drink. Just then, the coffee grinder malfunctions with a loud, jarring screech, momentarily disrupting the coffee's ambiance. Liam, without hesitation, offers to help Elena troubleshoot the problem, his hands surprisingly adept at I love this! This is a great thing! The coffee grinder. Initially about the daily grind and the weather. Okay. I think this is a little much. So I'm going to like it. And I'm going to highlight and revise it again. And I'm going to say, love the coffee grinder aspect. Let's have this coffee shop be owned by Elena. And she's making it work with older equipment. Let's also make this more of a meet cute and not, a deep interrogation. Come up with a low-key invitation that Elena could invite Liam to. it's not a date, but a way for them to spend more time together at something public. So I'm literally just being a casting director here. I'm just like, do this, do that. I want this. I don't want that. I always feel like a magician. Okay, so the daily grind. It's owned by her with her usual vibrant things. Okay, just in the old coffee. He fixes it. The conversation. Independent films. A local band she enjoys. Okay, we have to do one or the other. So I'm going to thumbs it up because I like it. I like this idea of the band or the... Like, if they're going to discover a shared love for independent films and discuss a recent screening, no. Let's go with... Liam quotes a lyric of a local indie band that Elena loves, that Elena happens to love. And they bond over that. Elena tells him that the band will be playing at her friend's bar tomorrow night. And is he planning to go to the show? Liam says he wasn't, but he will now. Oh, this is so cute. This is like melting my heart. Yeah, we don't want this. This is not an open thing. It's not going to be at a... This is kind of cool. Okay. So, yeah, I like this. All right. What do you need to do next? Just asking it. All right. Develop the initial stages. This involves. Okay. Cool. What's next to write the story? Okay. It's just like deciding all of the story now. I wanted to write a scene. So I'm just going to delete that out because I don't like that. Yeah, this is like moving on in the story, and I'm not ready to do that. So it wants to plot, and I'm going to just take this out. And I'm going to say, write that scene. Write this scene for the novella to allow readers to experience what happens instead of summarizing plot events. Make sure there is realistic dialogue between the characters. This means characters do not always answer questions directly. They speak with subtext and their own agendas in the conversation. Okay, I want this scene to be from Elena's point of view. Let's go. I think I hit my limit. Ugh. Try a different model. Okay, well, we'll change it to the 8B one. Let's see if the 8B one can do it. 8B. Go gadget. Nope, it did not like that either. All right, let's go ahead and go with we'll do Pro 1.5. So we'll stay in the Gemini family. Okay, so we have a good thing here, and that's when I saw him. Lean but not skinny, with tousled dark hair and eyes that seem to hold a hint of mischief. Ooh, a dark Henley shirt? Yeah. Okay. I don't hate this intro. I love that line. Double shot, non-fat latte, extra hot, right, Mr. Henderson? I chirped, placing the paper cup onto the counter with a flourish. Mr. Henderson, perpetually glued to his phone, grunted something that might have been a thank you and swept out the door. The morning rush was in full swing, a familiar symphony of grinding beans, hissing steam, and the murmur of conversations. I dodged a rogue sprinkle of sugar that some poor soul had sent flying, my green apron thankfully protecting my favorite vintage dress. That's when I saw him. Just a black coffee for me, thanks. I forgot how to breathe. Then, with a groan and shudder that rattled the mugs on their hooks, Bertha, our ancient coffee grinder, decided to stage a revolt. Looks like she's finally given up the ghost, the man said, a hint of amusement in his voice. Mind if I take a look? Be my guest. She's been threatening to quit on me for weeks. Looks like a loose belt. Nothing a little TLC can't fix. He started tinkering with the machine, and even more surprisingly, he seemed to know what he was doing. You're a lifesaver. Most guys wouldn't know a coffee grinder from a carburetor. Full of surprises, but I have a soft spot for vintage machinery. Me too. So what's a girl like you doing working in a place like this? What's a girl like me? You know, smart, funny, beautiful. You could be doing anything. And I am. I'm making coffee, paying my bills, and chasing my dreams. What about you? Okay. Interesting. So I want to change this a little bit about the lyric. I think it's a little too on the nose, but it's a good start. So I'm going to thumbs it up, and I'm going to bring this over into scene 1. It's not very much information here. Okay. So we'll copy this. Actually, we'll just cut it. Settings, project, save the project, new document. We're going to go chapter 1. Paste it in. It's probably only like 800 words. Oh, 600 words. Okay. I'm going to right click, hit revise. Okay. Let's add more happening before Liam walks in. Have Elena interact with her staff. And let's have the coffee grinder breaking be a longer issue. Love the fascination with antique machinery. Have Elena talk about the new models are all digital. And it just feels wrong. The band part. Liam has to say a song lyric that Elena recognizes. Okay. Make all of this longer. And show and let the reader experience more of Elena's characterization so they really admire her. But make sure she has some flaw. She's bossy, even to her customers, and they like it. That's why they start their day with a daily grind coffee and a gentle yelling, stern motherly type pep talk from Elena. Okay, submit all that. Let me check the chat because I haven't checked the chat in a while. Okay. I was like, I'm not judging at all. I love all the cheesy cliches. Hello, Ashling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks, Susan. It's a fun scene. I agree. I really like that intro. It actually had a little bit less view. I mean, a dancing polar bear. That was kind of interesting. Right? Okay, you're officially invited. Consider it a thank you for saving Bertha. Yeah, she's not going to say it's a date. Okay, so right here, double shot. You've got this. All right, team, let's pick up the pace. Sunrise in the city waits for no barista. Marco, my ever-chipper morning guy, flashed me a thumbs up as he frothed a pitcher of milk with practiced precision. Janine, still struggling to master the art of the perfect pour, gave me a nervous nod. You've got this, Janine. Okay, yeah, we'll take out the you've got this. That's what I did best, motivate. It's probably why my little coffee shop, The Daily Grind, was so popular. Well, that and the coffee. Okay. Not again. Bertha's throwing another tantrum. I swear they just don't make them like they used to. It's not right. Feels like cheating. He stood out, lean but not skinny. Bertha chose to unleash another ear-splitting groan, the grinding ears shuddering to a halt. Looks like she's finally given up the ghost. May I take a look? Be my guest. She's been threatening to quit on me for weeks. She's got a mind of her own. Okay. Full of surprises. Vintage machine. So what's a girl like you doing working in a place like this? What's a girl like me? At the cliched line. You know, smart, funny, beautiful. You could be doing anything. And I am. Oh, I work upstairs. You worked a miracle. Just returning the favor. For the excellent coffee, of course. Okay. All right, we're back on the coffee. The polar bear waltz in a tutu of despair. Let's just say I appreciate good music and dancing polar bears. Okay. It's not bad. I can definitely tweak it. So I'm going to go, yes, it's 1,000 words. I'm just, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to take a different AI. I'm deviating from Gemini. I know, Gemini, but it's just not giving me what I want. And I just don't feel like messing with it anymore. So I'm going to run over to Sonnet because we have a good base here. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to give the project, I'm going to give it write a story. So it has that context, and then it has the chapter 1 date. I'm going to right click revise. All of my stuff is still here, and I'm going to click submit, and I'm going to let Claude write a better scene. There we go. All right, team. It didn't change anything here. All right, folks. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties, but don't you worry. How about a free pastry while you wait? Okay. Scribbled it. Being my guest, you're a lifesaver. All right, let's see what else it did here. Speaking of dreams, you hear the quirks? All right, so I'm going to go here and say yes, and now we have 1181. Show's over. Now who needs their... Okay, I wouldn't miss it. We'll see you tomorrow night. It's a date. Oh, good. I like this. I'm going to go over here. There's a part where it talks about the coffee. Oh, I work upstairs. Okay. What else can I get you? Croissant. Muffin. It's on the house. Just a black coffee is perfect. Thanks, he replied. I glared at him. Probably one of those people who doesn't eat carbs for a certain hour each day. Okay. As I prepared his coffee, he picked up the plastic holder with the band poster I'd put by the register. I don't think he ever said dreams, did he? You could be doing anything. I don't think he talked about dreams. I think we got rid of that. So I'm going to go. Oh, yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so she just randomly is like speaking of dreams. Because, yeah, she was dreaming about him. I don't know. I'll fix that line later, I guess. Something along the lines of, I would love it if she's fantasizing about him, but maybe that's a little too soon. They're playing at my friend's bar tomorrow night. Their new singles off the... No, I don't want their new singles off the charts. In the neon glow of a midnight show where dreams collide and coffee flows. Coffee flows? No, 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 no. Not coffee. Of a midnight show where dreams collide and ego flows. Yeah, that sounds much more indie rock. How did you... Let's just say I appreciate good music. And poetic descriptions of late night shenanigans. Okay, you're officially invited. Consider it a thank you for saving Bertha. Ooh. Okay, so he can't sip his coffee here. So we're just going to say... a thoughtful look across his face. There we go. All right, it's a date. All right, folks, show's over. Who needs their cap now? Who needs their capping fix? Okay, so we've got 1191. Pretty good. I'm going to go with turning this on, and then let me check the chat here. 12 Huns. I love that. It's an insta love. It's never too soon. The daily grind was a real chain. Okay, so yeah, that's a quick question about can I use the daily grind? Let's go with right here, and I'm going to say, can you give me 5 ideas for the coffee shop that sound unique and hint at Elena's vintage vibe? Let's try that. Okay, hint at her vintage vibe. The vinyl cafe, typewriters, the Polaroid pour, gramophone grounds. Okay. How about the retro roast? I think I like the retro roast the best. So I will thumbs down, and I will find all of the daily grinds. So the way you do that is I'm just going to go control find, and I'm going to go daily. So there's 4 of them. Go to the first one, and I'm going to say the retro roast. Well, that and coffee. Your retro roast won't get you down. All right. What brings you to the retro roast? And one more. Boop. Oh, it's up. I don't know. I can't find the other one. I don't see it. It's not highlighting. Okay, that's probably good enough. If I find it somewhere, I'll fix it. Right here, I want to check the retro roast. So we have that information there. And let's see here. Okay, so he's here. I want to immediately show Liam in his like natural element. That's like the next scene that I want to write. So I'm just going to go new blank title. I'm going to come over to Google Gemini again, since we're supposed to be using that. Let's see what it can do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on chapter 1, write a story, and this one's on. And I'm like, the next scene should be Liam's point of view upstairs, revealing how he's like a top CEO secretly. He's still a nice guy, but firm. With the tech company. I think that's what he is. And he needs a best friend who is a COO, who is his COO, and is married and has a kid and is a bit on Liam for being that cliche tech guy who can't relate to women. And Liam says, actually, he has a date. And then he clears his calendar for the next night, but there's a crucial negotiation he is supposed to be on with another company in Australia. And the best friend says, don't worry, I got it. This is going to be a conflict later. All right. I think everyone's hammering on this, or I just probably hit my limit for the hour or something. That's what happens with free models. Yeah. So Google Gemini is not doing it. All right. So we will go with another model. Let's go with, I want to see how well Mistral Large can handle it. I'm going to let Mistral Large do it. Let's see what Mistral Large does. Chapter 2 start. Wow, is this slow? And I don't like the writing style. The vintage vinyl player in the corner. Alex, Liam. As in a woman. No, it's like completely misunderstanding. And it's so, as you know, Bob. So we're just going to stop that. Loath as I am to do it. Let's go with the project. It has chapter 1. I just want to see how it wrote. Yeah, it should be first person point of view. So I want in chapter 2. First person. Okay. So make a plan to write this scene, write this chapter. And let's go ahead and go with, we'll go with 4.0 Mini, just so I can see what Mini can do. And then we'll, I'll probably have like a smarter model write it. Oh, it's already doing it. No. I'll try not to scare her off with my spreadsheets. No, this is awful. This is awful. Down. Down with that. All right, Claude. I don't know why I was deviating. Claude 3.5. There we go. Now we've got a plan. He mentions his encounter. So I like this. So yeah, thumbs up, and I'm going to add to it. So he interacts with other staff in the lobby, showing an analytical but kind. Enters, teasing Jake. I like Jake. this should be like in media res, where Jake gets a text from his wife. What would be something rewarding? Oh, about their toddler's a cute video of their toddler wanting to send a message to daddy. He plays it for Liam, who is godfather to the kid. They record a message back. Then lightly tells Liam he isn't, you know, he could have more in his life too. Abandon the cliche single tech giant who only has time for his innovations. Okay. Shocked but happy for Liam. Conflict. Guilt about the work. Okay, cool. I like it. Now we're going to write it. Write this chapter. Let's go, Claude. Good morning, Mr. Caldwell. The R&D team set up the latest prototype specs, and legal needs your sign off on the Matsuda contract by noon. Thanks. I'll get right on it. Twinge of guilt. Tech Nova. Oh, gee, Rusifit. He's not wearing a tie. He had a Henley shirt on earlier. Aw, I drawed you a unicorn. Funny you should ask. I actually have one tomorrow night. Don't tell me. Please tell me it's not another venture capitalist or social media influencer. Oh my goodness. Only you would use mechanical skills as a pickup line. The oceanic deal. You go on your date. Are you sure? Liam, how long have we been friends? How long have we been building this company together? I got this. All right. My cursor hovered over the confirm button in a mix of excitement. I clicked, committing to a night away from spreadsheets and stock options. A guy who fixed a coffee grinder and quoted obscure song lyrics. Yes! Oh, this is so cute. Yeah, thumbs up. We likes it. I like it anyway. All right, let me take this out. And I'm going to put their names in the front, I think, because it just helps to keep track of who the heck is talking. Elena. Okay, chapter 2. Oh, this is only 681 words. That is no bueno. Let's highlight, write, revise. Expand this scene. Submit. Let's just do that. Good morning, Mr. Caldwell. Let me guess, another man of the people coffee run? Some of us appreciate the finer things in life, Jake, like coffee that doesn't... Wait, where did it go? Like coffee that doesn't taste like motor oil. Oh, hang on. It's Mia. Okay. I'll thumbs it up so it'll replace it. We're at 927 words. This is not long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab this, the top part, and I'm going to say revise, and I'm going to say expand this conversation. So it's more walk and talk and interaction and some other staff members commenting, etc. Really give readers the experience that Liam walked in and he's just inundated with demands on his time. Submit. Morning, Sarah. The R&D. Okay. Mr. Johnson is camped out in your office. Something about the Q4 projections. Thanks. I'll get right on it. Liam, called out Derek from it. Got a sec. We need to discuss the budget for the new product line. My phone buzzed. It was my mother. Sure. Sarah, can you find her slot? But that'll push your call with Tokyo to 4:45. All right. Can you get me a coffee? Black, please. I love this. Yeah, I like it. We're going to thumbs it up. Definitely better. I think it's a little too much, but we got the hint here. So Johnson's from marketing is there. Hiring package. I'm going to rearrange this. So I'm going to put this here to replace Derek from accounting. We need to finalize. Can I grab you for 15 minutes? My phone buzzed. It was my mother. I silenced it with a sigh. Sure. Jenna. Sarah, can you find a slot? Yeah, perfect. That'll push your Tokyo call. Liam, thank God. Okay, let's tackle this one at a time. Sarah, can you get me a coffee? Black, please. As Sarah nodded and turned to go, I couldn't help but wish. Okay. He's not wearing a tie, so we're just going to take that out. And we need more stuff here, but it's not going to connect here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a transition. So the top marries to the action below. So I'm going to grab from we reached my office, Mr. Johnson, and then all the way to the well here, that part. Then I'm going to click revise. And then click submit because I already put the instruction and things. So to smoothly transition between the two parts, we reached my office. Okay, let's tackle this one at a time. Can you get me a coffee? No, that's not what I want. So I need to thumbs it down. And there's a bug there. So Command Z and then thumbs it down. Oh, dear goodness. I lost everything there. Okay. I'm just going to okay. This is not supposed to be here. A man of the people. Okay, so that worked. I rolled my eyes. Okay. So I'm going to do this again. I swear I can always taste the subtle hint of lubricating oil from the espresso machine, the automatic espresso machine. In the office. Okay, there we go. I need Mr. Johnson's marketing thing to continue. So, and I'm leaving the part about the mother because I can always use that as like something later on. Mr. Caldwell, we need to finalize the new hiring package. Liam, thank God. We need to talk about these numbers. Okay. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to click revise. I'm going to say, please revise to keep most of this, but add in the conversation between Liam and Mr. Johnson, and then transition to Jake. The issue with the marketing budget should be about the use of AI models to predict customer behavior, has increased the ad spend by 200%, and it's outside spec. So he's turning them off. And Liam says, leave them on. They might be right. Let's schedule a time to go over the metrics with, what department would be in charge of that? Analytics? Next week to see if it moved the needle on sales. Okay, so yeah, he's being all CEO-ish. There we go. So I have that. Mr. We need to finalize the new hiring. Can you find a spot? Okay. What's the issue? It's the marketing budget. Way outside our spec. Hold on, let's not be hasty. These AI models may be onto something. Let's even, but sir, the cost. I understand your concern, but if these models are right, we could see a significant boost in sales. Let's schedule a time next week to go over the metrics and see if it's moved the needle. If not, then we'll reassess. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Thumbs up. And thanks. I'll get right on it. Okay. So it smoothed that out. I mean, it like perfectly transitions. We got 1,221. Your mother's on line 1. She says it's urgent. Urgent in my mother's vocabulary usually meant she's found another eligible socialite for me to meet. Or there was a sale at Chanel. Liam, darling. Okay. I think it should be not a socialite. Maybe. Her daughter, Penelope. She's just returned from Paris. And okay, yeah, I'll leave it alone. I really don't like this. Liam, darling. I got a drama idea. Okay. Let me come to the chat here. Good morning, Rochelle. Glad to see you here. Not like I'll taste motor oil for research purposes, but I wonder if it's bitter or not. As a matter of fact, I have had coffee on a submarine, and the hydraulic fluid that's in the air, it's like in the air, so it puts like a rainbow sheen on the coffee. You can't actually taste it. It just, well, I guess you can kind of taste it, but it's a little, I don't know. The coffee definitely tastes different on a submarine. I can tell you that right now. Although part of the problem is that there's amine in the air all the time. It's like they're cleaning things. So like trying to eat anything on a submarine or a Navy vessel is a little, at least for me, my taste buds are a little bit off because I'm smelling such strong smells. Rochelle says, motor oil has a distinct unpleasant taste that's often described as oily, metallic, and bitter. Yeah, I think that's solid. Solid. And Al, I'm glad we could amuse you. Okay, here's my thought, all right? And forgive me if I'm wrong, but maybe the concert thing, he should make it to the concert. He's just late to the concert. And she assumes like it's work, but it's actually, I was going to put his father in the hospital. So like his father's in the hospital. So it's actually an urgent thing. And that way he's got to deal with that as Elena gets ready for the concert. And then Liam's just late and she assumes it's work. And then he's like, no, actually my father is ill, but he's stable. And I really could use a break from the hospital. I think that that's a really good way to even like further obscure and hide the fact that he's like some big tech dude. And all of that. And then that way he can be getting text updates from Jake about the meeting, but she assumes it's updates about the hospital. Do we like that? What do you think? This is something an AI is never going to come up with, by the way. This is what we're talking about with that like advanced plotting thing and thinking about like the motivations of characters and everything like that. You know, I think we're all kind of like, we're always on the lookout for someone who's a workaholic, although technically Elena's a workaholic. I'm just going to put that out there with her coffee shop. Okay. McKinley likes it. Aisling votes for maybe he's late and walks in. I don't like that idea for this part, but I'm going to use, I like your idea for later on in the story as the way to reveal that he's actually rich. What do you think, Aisling? So I think that that's a really cool thing. Maybe he can spot them at the concert too and try to like avoid or something. That would be funny. McKinley says it's a pet the dog sort of thing. Exactly. Rochelle is still on the motor oil. Wants us to know, never try it, not even a drop. I'm so glad we could have this early morning conversation about whether or not we need to taste motor oil for reading purposes. The answer is no. Research purposes, no. You do not need to taste motor oil. And for anyone who's been in the military or the Navy, I'm sure you can say like questionable items have been in your coffee. Essence of Me, what about a scare with the dad that comes back and that's why his wealth comes to the surface? Yeah, I mean, exactly. So I'm just going to have like your father's in the hospital. And so that's the dun, dun, dun. And then it goes into the concert thing and he's late. But the reader knows that Liam's at the hospital. And so, yeah, it's going to be good. Your father is at Mercy General. Okay, perfect. 1182. So far, you know, we've gotten 1182 and that's funny. We are exactly the same words on both scenes, on both chapters. That's good. Okay, so that's what? 1182 times 2. 2364. We're getting there. So I'm going to turn on chapter 2 and I'm going to go ahead and do a new document and I'm going to go with chapter 3. Elena's point of view at the concert starting. She's bummed Liam isn't there. He shows up late. She sort of makes assumptions since he works upstairs. So she has an inkling, you know, that he's not who he says he is. That work must have held him up. And instead, he's like, no, my father is ill in the hospital. And I just came from there, but he will be fine. I mean, maybe we have to go to the hospital scene there after that. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Elena is embarrassed. She assumed the worst. Settings, turn off my hotkey so I can, or my mouse so I can fix that. Starts to fall for Liam. They have fun at the concert. By the way, both Rexies, baby Rexy and regular Rexy, are updated with the experimental models in there so that you can start using it for free inside of Rexy. Joseph just pinged me, so just go ahead and refresh your Rexies. They have fun at the concert and come up with some more conflict story, cool stuff to happen that I can evaluate. Make a plan to write this chapter. Let's see what I got. Another AI model. I hate Open Router, man. Sometimes I really just can't stand it. It's just so, I really like working with the APIs directly. Have them appear. Work held him up. Nope. Father's in the hospital. Yes. Ooh, there we go. A jealous ex of Elena spots them together. Liam almost lets slip something about his wealth. Yeah. I'm going to thumb this up. What do we like? Let's vote. Jealous ex? What if one of the people in the band is an ex of Elena? Is Elena's ex? I mean, drama llama, right? Up here, invent the friend who owns the bar, male, and interaction between them. Elena is practically a VIP. Okay. I'll go check the chat because I know there's like a little bit of a delay. The friend who owns the venue is her ex. I like it. I like it. What's the best temperature for Gemini Flash and Pro? It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do like creative stuff, higher temperature. If you want it to like follow instructions, then lower temperature. I like the friend is a venue in her ex, and Al says, ooh, so I think we're going to go with that. That will kill both stones. So, conflict as the show is over and they're hanging out a bit. Who owns the bar, who turns out to be Elena's ex, and he flexes. Oh, I can't do that because it's first person. Dagnabbit. I hate first person. Oh, maybe we can switch to Liam's point of view halfway through the thing. No, I really want the kiss from her point of view. Okay. And he flexes a bit. The ladies' room. Elena left off. Let's not have people go to the bathroom unless there's a reason. As Liam offers to share an Uber with Elena, she accepts and he orders it. And they drop her off first. When he gets out of the car, they kiss. And it's hot. Would they go upstairs? Oh, let the Uber go. And Liam says he would, but he needs to go back to the hospital. But he gives her his number. Okay, so that works. I know I'm the worst person in the world to write romance since I'm not somebody that's like, let's jump into bed. But it's kind of like an Insta. They will. Don't worry. It'll be fine. All right. Write this scene. Let's go. The rusty nail. Oh, dear grush. Max. Oh, I like Max. Should be about 20 minutes. I'm sure the guys would love to see you. Maybe in a bit. I'm waiting. Oh, no. Just a guy I met at the shop. He probably got held up at work. It's just him being nice. Actually, oh God, I'm so sorry. He'll be fine. Just gave us a bit of a scare. I'm glad he's all right. You didn't have to come, you know. Family comes first. I wanted to. I wouldn't have missed this for the world. All the hands. Oh, you killed it. Max Reeves, owner of the fine establishment. And you are? Liam. Great place you've got here. Thanks. Known Elena here for years. We go way back, don't we, babe? Ancient history, Max. Play nice. I love it. That'd be great. I'm watching you. Me too. Everything. Do you want to come up? We could let the Uber go. I want to. Check on my dad. Here, put your number in. I'll text you tomorrow. Okay, this is good. It's a good start. My cheeks were happy. Let's see how many words it wrote. Chapter 3 end. Let's go with chapter 3. That's 858. You know the drill. We're going to go ahead and revise. We're going to go ahead and turn on chapter 3 so it knows the context. And I'm going to go ahead and click revise. And I'm going to say expand, add more, add some subplot from Elena's background, like Max should be hitting on her at the beginning. Trying to get her attention. The reason it didn't work out was because Max loves everyone, literally. Add more cute interaction between Liam and Elena. Have Max ask about last name. And Elena is like, ew. What are you going to do? A background search. Maybe. Okay. Just more drama, more romance, more everything. Let's go. Submit. Expanded and enhanced version of chapter 3. Sea of hipsters and music lovers packed. Neon signs cast a warm glow over the crowd. Elena, your usual. You know it. Any word on when the quirks are going on? Oh, he said a gin and tonic. Should be about 20 minutes. But hey, why don't we catch up while we wait? It's been ages. We talked yesterday when I bought coffee beans from you. That's business, babe. I'm talking about us. Aren't you seeing that yoga instructor? What's her name? Amber? And that's exactly why it didn't work out. I like it. No messages. Yeah, a guy I met at the shop. Maybe I know him. Liam, and no last name. Before you ask, what are you going to do? Run a background check? I'm just looking out for you. Can't have some corporate suit breaking my favorite barista's heart. Okay. I'm so sorry I'm late. Hey, no worries. Actually, my father's in the hospital. Oh, God. I wanted to. Aww. You know, your whole face lights up when you're singing. Yes, I love that. Tell me more about it. Not used to opening up. It wasn't always easy. That must have been hard. This is not a therapy session, Liam. Okay. Well, thumbs it up. Sorry, I get frustrated sometimes with how the AI writes. And I'm like, no, that's not what we do. That must have been hard. If some guy said that to me on a date, I would be like, where's your psychology degree? No matter how things got growing up. Tell me more about that growing up. Oh, I hate this. It makes them seem a little creepy. I need to think about that. Max Reeves, and you are Liam. Thanks. Ancient history, Max. Play nice. Okay. No, we're just gonna here. She already said ancient history. Speaking of looking out, what did you say your last name was? I didn't. Great show, Max. I'll see you for the usual bean pickup next week. So Caldwell, huh? Sounds fancy. It's just a name. There's something I should probably tell you. He's not going to tell her right away. That's too much of a anyway. And did I really want to know? I think it's too early for her to get a fancy last name. Or, okay, maybe I'll just leave it alone. I'll just leave it alone. It is supposed to be like an Insta short, so we can immediately have the last name thing. And then she looks him up, and she's like, holy crap. He's a secret millionaire. That would be good. We can just get on with the story. I'm checking the chat. Yeah, Gemini Flash is throwing errors right now. It's probably just being hammered hard. It's Monday. It's Labor Day weekend, and it's free right now. So I think everyone's just using it. But we used it earlier on in the chat, in the session. The bar should be getting coffee beans from her. I agree. So that's another change that I would make for this. Okay. So let's go ahead and get those changes made. So I'm going to highlight this, change that. Chapter 3 start. I hate the rusty nail. That just sounds so bad. You know what? We'll fix it later. I don't have a name for it right now, so it'll be the rusty nail for right now. Elena, your usual. You know it. I grinned, sliding into a stool. I think that's all she's going to say instead of you know it. Any word. Okay. So this is one of the ways to fix dialogue from AI. Just cut stuff out. So instead of should be about 20 minutes, about 20 minutes. But hey, wanna catch up? It's been ages since we really talked. We talked yesterday when I brought coffee beans to you. Max uses my roast for his espresso-based cocktails. That's business, babe. I don't think we need this. Remember the time we snuck backstage at Foo Fighters or that weekend in Vegas? It's so generic. Ancient history, Max. Besides, aren't you seeing that yoga instructor? What's her name? Amber? Oh, we're not exclusive or anything. And that's exactly why we didn't work out. Literally everyone. Okay, not the can you blame me. Look at all these beautiful people. Did she say she's waiting for someone? I don't think she mentioned it. So I think I flip my phone to look for notifications. she doesn't have his number. So that's not going to work. Look at the time. Okay. I'm early. Liam isn't late. Okay. And then I glanced at my phone. And it's now speaking. You waiting? Okay, so I'm going to close this out. And then she's looking at her phone. And then he's asking, you waiting for someone? Yeah. Oh, Liam, and no last name. We don't need a last name right now. Actually, we'll leave that there. Can't have some corporate suit. Maybe fixing Bertha was just him being nice, not flirting. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. A few other patrons need Max's attention. And he opens a new case of White Claws. Into the cooler for the other bartenders to sell. Then he's right back me. By me. That's business, babe. I'm talking about us. Okay, so yeah. Had I misread things? Okay. Actually, my father's in the hospital. I just came from there. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. All right. I like it. Music soothes many wounds. Yeah. I like that. That's a good thing. I hesitated. Because that's a good way to be like, you can trust me to tell me more, because he's signaling that, but he doesn't sound like a therapist. Because she said, no matter how tough things got growing up, I could always lose myself in a good song. That's a nice throwaway line that someone will say to like, hey, hint. And then he's like, music soothes many wounds. I hesitated, but something about Liam made me feel safe. Well, wounds, I think many have. Same old story, you know. My dad left when I was young, and my mom, she struggled. Music was the one constant. And he's not going to say that's going to be hard, but look at you now, running your own business, surrounded by friends. You should be proud. There we go. And then Max is going to he's going to like destroy that whole moment. Good job, Max. Max Reeves, owner of this fine establishment. And you are, Liam. Very pleased you got here. Thanks. Known Elena here for years. We go way back, don't we, babe? Max, play nice. Yes. Speaking of looking out, what did you say your last name was, Liam? I didn't, but it's Caldwell. Caldwell, as in we're leaving now. Great show, Max. I'll see you for the usual bean pickup, bean delivery next week. There we go. People seem to recognize him. I filed that away to ask about later. So Caldwell, huh? Sounds fancy. It's just a name. I had a really great time tonight. My brain screamed how dumb of a line that was. Me too. I want more of this. I want this to be revised and more. I want to, we don't need all this context for this. I just want still tingling from the kiss. So highlight this, revise, more detail, make readers' hearts be in their throat, more romantic, and slower pacing. Submit. I had a really wonderful time. Me too. Okay, we got a lot more. Okay, thumbs it up, and then I'll clean it up because it's a little too much. I think I need some information here. Revise. Expand this so they talk. He has a bad heart, but it wasn't a heart attack this time. And Liam asks how early she has to get up. And she says 3 a.m. But I nap in the afternoons. Okay. So I'm just expanding that one little bit. I'm so sorry. Yeah, he's stable. 3 a.m., that's brutal. Okay. So, yeah. Sorry about earlier. Wasn't a heart attack this time. We always worry. Is he okay now? Again, cut the thing. Yeah, he's stable. But it looks like he'll be fine. So early tomorrow morning? Yeah, unfortunately, I have to be up at 3 a.m. for work. How early? To the coffee shop. How early? I have to be at 3 a.m. 3 a.m.? That's brutal. It is, but I've got a secret weapon. Nap in the afternoons. The only way I survive. Okay. I had a really wonderful time tonight. Me too. The air can't crackle with anticipation. Yet one air is charged. And honestly, I don't need that. Between us, lost the casual feeling. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to go with his lips met mine. Soft and tender at first. As if he never wanted to let go. Would you like to come up? I want to more than you know. Of course, another time perhaps, definitely. Okay. Ugh. I hate this. My lips still, but as I climbed the stairs to my apartment, doubt began to creep in. Okay, cool. 16:33, and we are at 12:01, so we have finished up. I'm going to check the chat real fast, and then I'll go ahead and put the stuff into the thing. Okay, so everybody's good there. Everyone's working on their projects. I'm going to say this was very successful. I like this story. So I'm going to come over here to this. There's a link to this in the chat. So I'm going to rename this to week 2. And day 1, I'm just going to copy that in here and then delete this. So total words for day 1 and the hours. We have 2 hours and the money. We'll do the money in just a second. Okay, so how many words did I get? That's the question. Well, if I happen to Raptor right, save the project. I think we were at 1182, and then 1633. My goodness. So equals 1182 plus 1182 plus 1633. Woo, woo, 4,000 words, 4,000 words. Okay. The next thing that we always put right here, I don't remember. That's like later on my own. So this was the live words. Live words. Hours, and then the cost. Now, I did have to go to Gemini or go to Google, or I'm sorry, Lord have mercy. I had to go to Claude, and I used a little OpenAI because Gemini just kind of like fell apart. So I'm going to go to activity, and let's see for today. This can't be right because it definitely did charge me. Let's refresh. There we go. 33 cents is what we spent today. 0.33. Okay. Big difference from when I was writing last week and I had all of that context and stuff that I was sending. Starting off the story, you know, it doesn't cost very much. So let's go with cost per word. Figure what that is. So 33 cents divided by the 3,997. It's that really awful one. So we're going to just format that. Oh, no, wait. Al, you told me there's another way to do this. This thing. Okay. So yeah, we'll just increase the, there we go. Oh dear. I don't know how to calculate that or how to say that, but we'll try. So this would be like 8 cents here. This is 1/10 of a cent. This is 100th of a cent. It's 8,000ths of a penny per word. So we'll do our normal thing because that included context, you know, just as an extrapolation. Equals this times this. Now, granted, it's not going to stay always at that amount, but you can see that using these methodologies here, you're not going to have to spend very much to do 75,000 words because it's an amalgamation of input and output, which is always really hard to calculate because they're usually different costs. So if I was to continue prompting this way and kind of like not giving the full amount of chapters and stuff as I wrote and kind of like slowed that down, I probably need to go ahead and start like summarizing these things. You can see roughly what it would cost. This number will go up as I keep going, but still way cheaper than any ghostwriter or anything out there. I feel good. I had fun. What I love about this methodology, but Elizabeth, it might change everything. I know, Al. I had to take that out. I'm like, nope, might change everything. Harper came in late, but looks like a great start. Yeah, we got 4,000 words on an Insta Love, and I think we're in a good spot. Like, she's already suspecting like he might be somebody special. They've already been kissing. They had a cool thing. I've got some drama llama in there. I don't know. This could be fun. This could be fun story. I like it. I like Liam and Lena. As Susan says, we're in this together. Indeed. So for those of you who want to be in this together with us, you can always join the Future Fiction Academy. We do have, so the tool I was using for the most part, is free Raptor Write. Now, it's not free for the AI usage, obviously. I did big spender today, 33 cents. You do have to pay for the AI cost with OpenRouter, but that's the case anywhere. Like, you can't really get free AI. Free AI is, asterisk free, you know. I had free to start off with, and then obviously I hit some kind of limit or something like that, and I couldn't get any more responses. But if you are wondering how I prompt the way I prompt, I have been working in this field for over 3 years at this point now of prompting with AI. I started off back with DaVinci, plain old DaVinci in OpenAI Playground, which you can't even access DaVinci anymore. DaVinci predated ChatGPT 3.5 to give you reference there. It's a skill to learn how to prompt, I think. I hope that that's what everybody gets from these videos that I write live, and you see me like prompt on the fly and like change it and everything. We, at the beginning of this live, talked about how to find information about how to evaluate a model, throw the model's PDF into the model itself and make the model talk about it. And then you'll see the keywords. And I think you guys got to see how that changed the prompting. When I threw that in there, we got a lot better information out of it. And Susan says, AI, that's so great. Or Al, that's so great. Oh, Al says, I'm sorry. Al says, writing used to leave me drained, but writing with AI is fun, more like play. 1000%. I just worked for 2 hours live, and I don't feel like I worked at all. I feel like I got to read a story. Like, I feel energized the way I would, reading and all that. But anyone who watched this would not say that the AI did everything. I was the one directing it. I was the one saying this, no, that, no, fix the words, fix that. If you aren't a talented writer, you can't spot, oh, this dialogue is not good. This is too many words in one time. I need to change this. You have to have a good ear for it. You have to have good experience, like editing and things like that. So Al said, writing used to be drained. And then Al says, you could say I have a newfound determination. It's an AIism if I ever saw it. And then Susan says, oh, that's so great. AI, Al, that's so great. I'm starting to feel the same way. It's fun and is renewing my excitement for writing. Same. I used to hate writing, and I used to be honest about this, and that's because it was painful. Typing for long periods of time, the hours it would take me to write my books previously, and then even with dictation, I had to see a chiropractor. I've done physical therapy. I've had doctors who just want to do surgery on my neck and back. And I'm like, no, because I don't know anyone who's had surgery on their neck and back and been like, let me tell you about how great that surgery was for me. No, thanks. I'm still, I have found ways to combat it with other ways, and also with accessibility methodologies. So AI for the win. I love writing this way. It's so much fun. And I can't wait for other authors to really kind of learn this and be like, oh, this is fun. This is fun, fun, fun. Even if you want to rewrite the whole thing, it's so awesome to iterate with it and to be like, oh, I don't like that. Oh, I like this. Oh, change that. Oh, can we flip this scene? I need you to add more interaction between other characters up here. I need this. I need that. I mean, you're really kind of sculpting as you go. All righty. So those of you who's going to be in the fine-tune class tonight at 7:00 Eastern, let me know in the chat. I am excited for it. We're going to play with some 4.0 mini and some 4.0, just regular 4.0. But it is going to be the intro class about fine-tune. So we're going to really kind of cover again what fine-tunes are, what they are not. And I will have a basic data set for you guys to kind of like test and run your first one. All right. McKinley says she'll be at the meeting or at the class, and so will Stacy. Ashling, you'll be asleep. I understand. Rick will be at the class. So again, you can join us at the futurefictionacademy.com. There is a 7-day free trial on the Dino bundle. Harper says she'll be there too. It is at 7:00 Eastern. So I tried to change it a little bit just so that I'm available at other hours. So all the members of the FFA, we literally have members around the world. So that way I'm always teaching classes at different times so that everybody gets a chance to kind of come to class live at some point. And Rochelle says, as you can see, you're really putting your creativity into this at every step. Absolutely. Absolutely. Essence of Me says, I'll try. If you can't make it, it's okay. It's the first class. So we're going to do 6 of them. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week as well. So we're going to go slow on the fine tunes because it's a little tricky to comprehend. How do you marry the prompt with the response, the desired response that you want? Aw, I just shocked your daughter. Hello, Ashling's daughter. Hello. All right, everyone. I've been at this for 2 hours. I need some human moments. I love you guys bunches. I will be on at 8:30 in the morning Eastern tomorrow because I have a meeting at 10 a.m. About Book Blast IO, which is about a marketing thing for books with AI. So it's been around for a while. I've been friends with Cameron, lots of Camerons, Cameron on Facebook and everything like that. So he and I are going to chat tomorrow, and I'm going to see all the cool new things that he's been working on. So see you tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. I know that's too early for my West Coast peeps, but it's a little bit earlier for the UK peeps. So we're trying to make it work. And then, oh, Stacy says, I have Book Blaster. Stacy, is it good? Like, is there new stuff? You want to come to the meeting tomorrow at 10? Jorge, you're here. Haven't seen you in forever, my dude. Okay. You guys, I will just stay online with you all the time. Like, this will just be a whole thing. We're just like going to hang out. But at any rate, 7 o'clock tonight, fine tuning. Tomorrow, I'm live at 8:30 in the morning, East Coast time. And then it'll, oh dear, I'm thumbsing up. Well, if we're going to thumbs upping, we might as well do like fireworks. Yeah, let's do fireworks. Tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Wednesday's back to 10 a.m. Thursday, no live, at least not for me. I will see if someone else wants to pick up a live, maybe, but no live for me. My father's having minor surgery. It's minor. And Friday, I'll be back on it at 10 a.m. So that's the thing. But 4,000 words, you guys, 2 hours on a brand new story. This is so much fun. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll find out what happens next with Elena and Liam. Can't wait. All right. Come tomorrow with your ideas. Bye.